Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Crypto Corner Live. I am Kurt Wooker Jr. and you're watching Crypto Traders News. The reason I'm doing this show right now is I wanted to talk to you about a very special congressman named Brad Sherman from the state of California. Brad Sherman was on a panel with some cryptocurrency industry experts to talk about some of what makes cryptocurrency special. Now, there was lots of feedback from the people in the plantation economy, the overlords that have been installed in place to make the big decisions for us. And he was kind enough to give his opinion on cryptocurrency. Now, we can start with what we know. Cryptocurrency is one of those things that provides us with decentralized peer-to-peer digital cash, or it can provide us with smart contracts that allow us to run decentralized organizations or cut out tons of inefficiency from supply chain management, chain of custody stuff. So it's also one of those things that can power the Internet of Things. It can power cross-border transaction settlement. It can replace SWIFT. It can replace Visa. It can replace MasterCard. There's tons of applications to replace Western Union and MoneyGram and all these things in the antique economy. So let's hear what Brad Sherman thinks of cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrencies are a crock. Well, they allow a few dozen men in my district to sit in their pajamas on the couch all day and tell their wives they're going to be millionaires. Tax evaders, they help terrorists.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're a terrorist now. I'm a terrorist now. Anybody that uses cryptocurrency is a terrorist. But what he's actually talking about is he's losing his monopoly on his ability to be a terrorist. He's losing his ability to control you. He's losing his ability to control the economy, to walk into mom and pop's business and take away the profitable value of their labor and tell them how much they can and can't pay their employees and how many hours they can work or their kids can work or their employees can work. And Brad's a tyrant. Brad is a guy that wants to walk into businesses and be revered and then drop down glorious edicts from on high. And he's talking about the U.S. dollar's ability to impose sanctions. The government uses the power of the U.S. dollar to tell people what they can and can't do. And it goes as far as being an act of war. A sanction is an act of war because what a sanction is it's like how the United States has sanctioned no business going to Cuba. Well, it's starved Cuba almost to death for 50 or 60 years now. Or with North Korea, we don't do any trade with North Korea. So rather than bringing them in and having them as a business partner and showing them the value of the free market, we put a sanction on them. We said, we won't do any business with you unless you comply with us. Now, North Korea and Cuba are terrible human rights violators, so I understand the concept, but we could be making friends with them. Instead, we are sanctioning them, and he's afraid to lose that power to sanction. Listen to that word. Sanction is control. It's control that he wants, and the control that he wants is the control to sanction so that he can lobby in more control into his little power bubble. So let's hear more, Brad.
It hurts the U.S. government in two ways. Our ability to have the dollar be the chief means of international finance is what has underpinned our ability to impose sanctions.
He stops himself from using the word control. He starts to say control, and then he backs up. He swallows that breath back in, and then he changes direction. Watch this.
Ability to have.
You see, people, what we're doing is we're threatening his dominion over the economy. We're threatening his dominion over people like you and me. Every time you do a cryptocurrency transaction, you're telling Brad Sherman and the people that are like him that you will not be controlled. And that's what this is all about. This is about your right. This is about your right to innately make decisions with your body and with your property and with your mind, and to conduct business over borders or with whomever you please. He's not saying that terrorists use cryptocurrency. He's not saying that thieves and tax evaders use cryptocurrency. He's saying that if you use cryptocurrency, in his eyes, you have become a terrorist. You have become a tax evader. You have become a criminal. It's not the behavior that you're doing with the cryptocurrency. It's the fact that you're using cryptocurrency at all. You're telling him you don't need his dollars. You don't need his economy. You don't need his permission. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying be free. And every time you use cryptocurrency, the more decentralized, the better. You're declaring your own sovereignty. You're declaring your own freedom. You are telling him that I will not be controlled. So Brad, I encourage you, look into what Bitcoin is, what Monero is. Look into how Ethereum and some of the others that are coming up on Ethereum's tails can change the world. I know it kind of puts you out of a job if we can do our own business with whomever we please, but there's probably something else you could do in the economy, right? It's not like you don't have value if you aren't bullying people around. I mean, well, poor Brad. Brad, go get a real job. That's my challenge. Crypto Corner Live wants to challenge Brad Sherman to get a real job, provide real value in the economy, and maybe if you're lucky, someone will pay you in cryptocurrency. Good luck, Brad.
Perhaps we'll have another hearing after some major terrorist event financed by cryptocurrencies, and I yield back.